This is a great meal to make around Oktoberfest, but it's great all winter long. And it's technically a one-pan meal. So we're gonna pierce all of our sausages with the tines of a fork, as I said, to allow some of those meat juices to escape. And I've added just a little bit of water in the bottom of our big old cast iron skillet. And once I get the sausages in there, I'm gonna crank up the heat, let the water evaporate, and let the casings crisp in their own juices. Now, in the very same pan, in those drippings, we're going to add a little bit of oil or a couple dabs of butter, whichever you prefer. And let me grab a food mover, and we're gonna get a couple of onions going in there, and a couple of apples. All of this is gonna get combined with our sauerkraut. Bite-sized chop your apples, run that through. Drop them down into the skillet. And now we're going to use two of my favorite and I think underused spices from my spice cupboard. I love them in conjunction with each other. Cumin, if you like Tex-Mex cooking or Middle Eastern cooking, you use a lot of cumin. It's very earthy smelling. I love it. I have both ground cumin, or you can, of course, put it in your spice grinder, or whole seeds. I love cumin with caraway seed. I always have juniper in my spice pantry because I like to add it to slow-cooked braised meats, all of the stews that I make in fall and winter, for example. This is not necessary, but it adds a really interesting flavor in the background, and juniper lasts forever. And a couple of big fresh bay leaves, and a little salt and pepper. Now, the sauerkraut, when I bring it home from the store, I give it a rinse just to kind of take the edge off. So I've got that draining over there. I'm gonna give this a stir, and again, you could cook this all in one pan. I'm gonna let this get going a bit. So to go along with this, you can serve rye bread. We're doing a Knockwurst or any kind of fall sausages that you wanna highlight. I like to serve this with pumpernickel bread or good rye bread, or I think this is really fun too. Instead of dinner rolls, I make top split hot dog buns, and I sprinkle them with poppy seeds and brush them with a little butter. And I make toasted poppy seed hot dog dinner rolls. So this is the point where I said you can make this all in one skillet. You take the sausages out and let them rest, and then you'd add your apples and onions. I was just trying to do this a little quicker, so I divided it between two pans. We're gonna add our drained sauerkraut, right? We gave it a rinse and let it drain. Light brown sugar, a fat splash of vinegar for the apples and onions primarily. A little Worcestershire sauce. A bottle of lager or hard cider. Now we're gonna let some of that alcohol cook off. All the flavors are gonna reduce and combine. I'm gonna slice up those sausages and drop them down into the pan. When we come back, we'll top our skillet of delicious fall flavor. We're ready to go. I have nested the sausages back into our apples, onions, and sauerkraut. That's kind of in a little hot tub of hard cider. And it smells fabulous because we have cumin and caraway and juniper and bay all cooking together. So let me show you the way I roll with this. Speaking of rolls, we chopped up our hot dog rolls. These are the little dinner rolls that I put out with this dish. And then I'm gonna top this with fresh dill, parsley, and chive. A little green onion. And some brown mustard or honey mustard. A little chopped pickle action. Oh!